I'm trying an LED bulb. It's an H4 socket, but it fits in. But it's funny, how LEDs will behave peculiarly. It does if you're revving up. This is at an idle. You get that pulsation. And it's a peculiar bulb in that it actually will work AC or DC. These have got an AC charging system, but I'm running a rectifier that makes it DC. But this light in line with the bulb, there is another block that goes in there that is actually another rectifier so that it can run AC or DC. Because LEDs have got to have DC current. I'll have to see what it looks like at night. But you get that odd pulsation, and like I say, I could have to put a capacitor in the line or a battery. And I think I'm going to end up having to put a battery in anyway to be legal, but interesting. Interesting bulb. I couldn't figure out when they ordered it. It said it works AC or DC. I thought, well, that doesn't work that way, but it does with a rectifier in the line. So now I got an extra box in the headlight that I didn't need. But interesting. I've got a few more things monkeying around. I've actually got an LED taillight in it, but I used a 12-volt LED there, and that works fine. Interesting bike, though. I've got, 74 miles. Well, a little more than that because I had some miles on before I got the right speedometer cable. But I got some more playing around to do with it. And it's still a debate if I put turn signals on or not. I mean, I got them and it wouldn't be that hard to do. But it's just one of them things that gets broken. And we'll see. Works good though. I think runs really nice. But I've been using it on back roads and stuff. I haven't got plates on it yet. Because this one I never put plates on because I was only using it off-road before. Well, now I'm using it on the road. I'm going to have to put plates on her. I do like it though. A really nice running motor. And that's the original motor. I had switched motors around for a while, but this is the original XT motor that's in there now. And pretty much stock configuration except for a VM carburetor on it. And running the regular points ignition. I always get a kick out of that when people, they want to do an upgrade to a solid state. I want to stay with points. I like to go back with points. In fact, on my SR, I am fighting with that electronic ignition on that now. But it's funny, first thing people want to do, got to go solid state. Got to go 12-volt lighting. Well, 6-volt lighting works fine. It's worked for a long time. But it used to be it was hard to find headlights, but now you can get about anything you need for them. There are certain companies that make stuff. I'll go through that someday. But I think that, like the lighting, I bought a lot of lighting stuff from a company called Octane Lighting. And it's been, they've got really interesting, unusual things like this particular headlight, which is a little unusual. I do like it though. And the tires they put on there, or the Kenda 270s, are kind of a dual sport tire. They actually work very well. I've been going on the back road over to my brother's on that where it's pure sand. No problem at all on it. It handles it really well, whereas a regular tire, you are screwed in that sand. Huh. Lovely piece of machinery. But I got other ones to work on, and I got more fiddling around to do with this. I got the chain guard someplace, so I might as well put that on. I think it's a plastic one that goes on there. But she's working very well. And, I put that Clark Desert tank on, and I, because the original tank is a pretty small capacity on an XT. And I had my hesitations about it, but it does give you increased capacity, and it is actually a comfortable tank. It looks big, but it's narrow where it needs to be. Works good. But there again, I don't even know if they make that stuff anymore. I think it was years ago when I bought that tank. And I put it on, I thought, oh man, that looks big. Well, it doesn't look big now. I mean, this is pretty normal now, but it's the desert tank that they made. But Clark makes a lot of weird stuff, so they maybe still make them. And the front end on this, I don't know if I mentioned it before, you see I've got air caps on the tubes. This is actually a YZ400 front end, off the motocross bike. And one of the good things about this Clark tank, the YZ fork turns shorter, but the Clark tank has plenty of clearance. The stock tank, you'll dent the tank. And you get a lot longer travel with the YZ front end. I do like that. It's an excellent combination. Well, put a few more miles on, playing around up here. Though I see I should be going after spurge. But I like to take this out every day, just make a swing around the pasture. See what's happening, get a little riding in. And then spend the next day working on bikes again. A lot of stuff I got to work on. Project is lined up, so I've always got stuff to do. But I'm glad to have this the way it is. This has worked out very well. The major decision now is blinkers or not blinkers, and battery or not battery. But I'll probably end up doing both, just for the legality of the thing. And the tool bag on the back that mounts on the fender is actually from an IT, the International Trials Yamahas. Because I'm so used to running a tank bag, I got no place on this to carry tools. So I went with that. Ooh, she's a fun machine, though. She's a brute, though. I mean, for off-road, I went back up on the hill there, and that's a pretty tough trail. And it's a pretty tall bike with a lot of snort. So it's something else for that. But it's a good running bike. I actually like it very much. But I've even, like the old, another change I have to make. I have no ignition switch. I am running nothing but a kill switch. Well, I technically should have an ignition switch, and there is 2 bolt holes down here. So I ordered in a regular XT switch that I could mount in there that will give me that. I really never, like on my SR, I never pull the keys, even, in town, because I figure unless you really know how to start these, you ain't going anywhere with it. Nobody's going to steal it. You'll be laying on the pavement in pain. You have to know what you're doing with these. But then, woo, they're a fine machine.